And getting the nod for the White Sox, Mitch Keller. What do we have on him?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
All right, ready to go here. Xavier Edwards now at the plate.
Second baseman, number 9. Xavier Edwards.
And the home opener is underway. In the air, left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for the base hit.
Now, Kyle Stowers. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games. So I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. He flexes his power with that swing. The Marlins on the board first. It's 2-0. Now it's Mookie Betts.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And that's downstairs. It's a ball and 2 strikes. In the air to left center, Pajes should have this one. And there's one down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Check swing, but he went too far. And the count 1-2.
Ball.
Got him. That's the second out. Hunter Goodman, the next up for the Marlins. Check swing, he held up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That pitch wasn't even close. And they still got a check swing out of it. He's going to have to make an adjustment and make it fast.
Got him swinging. Back at right field and towing the slab in this one, Sandy Alcantara. What do you look for here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Justin Crawford steps to the plate for the White Sox.
The right fielder, number 2, Justin Crawford.
Check swing called strike, and it's 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Edwards tosses to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the third baseman, Colson Montgomery.
Montgomery.
And it finds its way through for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr. in the dirt.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
That one found hard the other way. This one in the air right field, and it falls. Montgomery rounds second, heads for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Munetaka Murakami. He's got some power, no doubt. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. So bases all loaded up. Andy Pajes, the next to hit. To short, could be 2. Here's Edwards for 1. On to first, double play. Back here on the south side. And now here's the Marlins DH, Alec Burleson. In the air, left field. Pajes under it. Takes it in for the out. Heriberto Hernandez, the next up for the Marlins.
Heriberto Hernandez.
Hit on the ground to short. Witt whips it to first.
You're out.
2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting 8.
2 down, base is empty. Stepping in, Griffin Conine.
Ball.
To me, it looks like they're trying to do too much with pitches they shouldn't even be swinging at. It's tough because you want to take control of the game early on, but sometimes that approach can backfire on you.
2 down, nobody on. On the ground, right side. Here's the tag, and he's out. Marlins set down in order. Here on the south side, we head to the bottom of the second. Jonathan Aranda steps to the plate for the White Sox. And that one fouled off. The 0-1. Right side, hard hit. Throws to first. That's one out, the bottom of the second. Chase Mitra getting ready to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Out towards left center. Stowers on the move to the alley. 2 away. Next to hit, Johnny DeLuca.
Oh, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
Man at first, Luis Torrens steps to the plate for the White Sox. Quick toss to first. DeLuca back in standing.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Runner on the go. It's a pitch out. Throw to second. Out. And that'll end the inning. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Marlins, Mauricio Dubon. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Carrying well. Just missed it.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Edwards stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around.
Ball.
Edge of the zone for a strike. Going to count 1 and 2. Got him. That K is his third of the game.
Up next for the Marlins, the left fielder,
2 outs, base is empty. Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins. That one the other way. Fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. He really let that ball travel on the outside part of the plate, but that's a great example that you can still drive the baseball that's away. Rip that one down the line for the double.
Here's Mookie Betts now. So 2 balls and no strikes. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
This is one of those situations where the pitcher may not really want to deal with the guy in the box, and you got to be aware of that. Take your walk. I couldn't do it, but I think he can.
Man at second. On the ground to the left. The throw to first.
You're out.
And that'll do it. As we go to the last of the third. Now it's the White Sox catcher, Luis Torrens. Yeah, that's fouled off. Alcantara, the tall righty, 200 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
No, that's foul.
The 0-2. And that skips in the dirt. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. One down.
Up next for the White Sox.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Justin Crawford will hit next.
Crawford.
And a foul ball.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Ball 2.
That
ball.
misses. And that's ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Foul ball.
3-2 on the way. Payoff pitch. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Pitch misses. Ball 2. Crawford stands at first with 1 out. That one hammered, but pulled foul. The 2-1. Way out front for strike 2.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
The batter, number 7.
And now it's Bobby Witt Jr. 1 for 1 with a single so far. It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball 1. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A 2-run homer, and we're level. It's 2-2. At the plate, Munetaka Murakami. He was walked intentionally his first time.
Ball.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. And that'll do it for the White Sox with a 2-run homer. 2-2 game. Back at right field as we go to the top of the 4th.
Really important time for a shutdown inning. The last thing they want to do is give up the runs they just scored. Man, that'll steal the momentum. They're hoping to make quick work of this half inning.
That one lifted to left. Pajes moving under it. And a quick out, number 1. Hunter Goodman, the next up for the Marlins. He's 0 for 1.
Goodman.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
And a foul ball. Struck him out swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts. So up next, Alec Burleson. Fly to left his first time.
Ball one. Hey!
Swings through that one out in front that time.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Cracks his bat and pops him up. And that is that. Back here on the south side, ready to go, bottom four. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the White Sox. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And a good start to the inning.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
In the dirt, blocked. No advance. Good job behind the dish.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
And it remains 2-2. On the ground, right side, ripped, and he can't glove it. It's by him. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles, really protected with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
Digging in, Chase Maidroff. This one in the air, right field. Hernandez makes the grab on the run. And that is a big first out. Go ahead run on base. Johnny DeLuca steps to the plate for the White Sox.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
On the ground to third, just foul down the right field line. Wow. On the ground out to short. Off balance speed, there's one. To first, not in time. And a run scores. So up now for Chicago, Luis Torrens. Struck out swinging his first time. And it's fouled away.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A 2-run shot, and they tack on to their lead. It's 5-2. Back to the top of the order. Now it's the right fielder, Justin Crawford. Outside with a breaking ball.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. In the air to left center, Dubon on the move to the gap. pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that's the inning. Ready now for the fifth inning. And now for the Marlins, Heriberto Hernandez.
You know, these Marlins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Gets him to chase after that one.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. That one gets down for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. That pretty much split the zone down.
Tobias Myers gets the ball now.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Comes up empty. That's strike two. Foul ball, still 0-2. In the air, left field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. The 0-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Here's the 0-2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Good job to fight that one off.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
One out man at first. Mauricio Dubon, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Swing and a slow roller. Montgomery. There's one, and that's two. Here on the south side, we head to the bottom of the fifth. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox.
No.
And that's in for a strike. And the count even 1-1. Fought off foul. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. He's already homered in this game.
Witt Jr. is one of only 2 players in AL-NL history to have 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases in each of his first 2 seasons, Boog. The other player, Julio Rodriguez.
Hernandez takes it in for the out. 2 down. Now. It's going to be Munetaka Murakami. He is struck out and he is walked. High fly ball down the left field line. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And that skips into dirt.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
The changeup missing. 3-1. And he walked him.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
So 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Andy Pajes. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want
it. The 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Top of the 6th inning. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter. Xavier Edwards. Jose A. Ferrer gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Fly ball down the line. And that will drop foul. Now the 0-1. Hit in the air, left field. 1 away. Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Stowers. He's already homered here in this one. The Fish trailing by 3, and we're at the top half of the 6th. Right through there for a strike. Ferrer, 26 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Got him. 2 down.
Up next for the Marlins, the shortstop, Mookie.
Here's Mookie now.
Betts.
And strike 1 to Mookie Betts.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Comes up empty.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. And the 0-2.
No.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes. Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. That's a base hit. And that gives Jazz Chisholm Jr. a chance to hit with 2 out.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike 2. Out to short. Witt tosses to first. That ends the frame. Back at right field. Well, we go bottom 6. Jonathan Aranda steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Now pitching for
New
Miami.
pitcher for the Marlins,
Number
Edward
83,
Bizzardo.
Edward
And we all know about his
Bizzardo.
slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Fastball for a strike. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Next to hit,
The
Chase
batter, number
Mitra.
10, second baseman, Chase Mitra.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Dubon moving under this one. And there's two away. Johnny
Up
DeLuca
next
steps
for
to the plate for the White
The
Sox.
center fielder, Johnny DeLuca.
Line drive. Nice grab. Top of inning number
Leading off for the
7.
Marlins,
Now it's the
the
Marlins
catcher,
catcher, Hunter Goodman.
Goodman.
And that misses. And that's ball 1.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in. You see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
Fires over to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Up next for the Marlins.
Now here's the Marlins
designated
DH,
hitter,
Alec Burleson.
Burleson.
C-Ride.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Ball 1.
The Marlins trailing by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Out towards right center field. DeLuca on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Now it's the right
Up
fielder,
next for the Marlins,
Heriberto
the right fielder,
Hernandez.
number 13, Heriberto Hernandez.
He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that is that. Back here on the south side, set for the last half of the 7th, Luis Torrens steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Torres.
Foul ball there. Swing and a foul out of play. The 0-2.
No.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too
Up
much
next
on
for
that
the White
one.
Sox,
Back to the
right
top of the
fielder,
order
number
now.
2,
And now the right fielder, Justin Crawford. 1 for 3.
Now pitching for
Now on the
Miami,
bump, Jose
number
Alvarado.
46,
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
High.
And that's in there at the knees.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
And that skips in the dirt. That one to first. To the pitcher covering, but it's off target. They can't make the play. Runner on at first with one gone. Colson Montgomery digs in now.
Ball.
Runner on the go. On the ground. And foul ball. The 1-1.
Ball.
Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. And that one ripped to left. That's a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now here is Bobby Witt Jr. Witt in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. 2 on, 1 out. And that is cut on and missed. That is strike two.
Ball.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now. He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the White Sox.
2 outs, runners at first and second. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. That one finds the zone. Strike one. And this one squirts away from the catcher. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance. 2 on, 2 outs.
Ball.
Swings and misses, struck him out. He swung over top of the curveball. Here on the south side. We go to the 8th. Brooks Raley into the game.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Takes it in for the out. Here's Mauricio Dubon. Swings and misses. And that's strike one. Ball one there.
That's a ball.
He swings and fouls one off. Looks like he wants the signs again. The White Sox leading by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one inside, look out. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Torrens with the throw to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. So back to the top of the order. Now it's the second baseman, Xavier Edwards. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it. So changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
The next offering misses. 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swings and misses. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that. Back at right field, bottom of the 8th, Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the White Sox. Tyler Kinley on to pitch out of the pen here.
You know, these White Sox, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at 90+ exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
The 0-2. And a swing and a miss. 1 out.
Up next for the White Sox.
So up next for Chicago, Jonathan Aranda. And he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off and throw, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
My draw. Now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. In the dirt. And now it's 1-2. Got him. Out number 2.
Up next for the White
Johnny DeLuca, the next to hit.
Johnny DeLuca.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. A little out front there as he swings through it. Line drive, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Up next for Chicago, Luis Torrens. Swings over the top of that one. Foul ball. Two on, two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider got him for strike three. Back here on the south side, we go to the ninth. Kyle Stowers getting ready to hit. Marlins making a move for a pinch hitter. Otto Kemp.
Well, with his speed, he could really make some things happen leading off.
New pitcher for the White Sox, Grant Taylor.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Strike two. Taylor goes 6 feet 3 inches, 23 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2023. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. From his knees, the throw. On the money. Nice play. Marlins down to their final out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jazz Chisholm Jr. 0 for 3 in this one.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
They're down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Nice